Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty B. It's good to see you. Thanks for watching. Today we continue our in-depth look at Batman v Superman, the colossal flop that's still in theaters and has made almost $900 million. And in that we go on to Superman. We've done Batman, we've done V, and now Superman. A lot of fans are unhappy. They want to attack Zack Snyder every chance they get. They want to say that this is not Superman, even though he's wearing the big S and the blue and red suit. They want to say he's too depressed, he's too unhappy, he's too non-hopeful, which his symbol is supposed to stand for. And in some cases, that is true. However, overall in the film, I posit that he is super inspiring, super hopeful, super heroic, and a super positive force in the Zack Snyder created DC movie universe that we are getting now. Now, is it the universe we need? Is it the universe we wanted? Is it the universe that we hoped we would have? That's up to you to decide. For me, it's there, you know. Could it be more bright? Could it be more hopeful? Could there be more saving cats from trees and stopping telling of lies? I don't know if there could be. In today's world, I know that that's the theory that all the comic book writers and all the movie writers are putting forth. Although Marvel seems to be doing it just fine, and they seem to... Now, I'm not as versed in Marvel comic books, but I know there have been many changes made in the characters and the storylines and in everything that goes on in those movies. However, they are much more fun, they are much more jokey, they are much more silly at times, and you do get more of a hopeful feeling in general, a friendship feeling, a feeling of togetherness, although we've got Civil War coming out this week, and that seems to be against all of that they built so far, even though I understand people have arguments. But here we have the biggest argument, the argument between the Dark Knight of Gotham and the Last Man of Krypton. The strange thing about it is, as we've said before, no one except Batman fans would ever say that these two titans were titans. There's one titan and then there's one guy in a batsuit. I make these jokes. I know they get old. I was attacked the other day online because someone doesn't like my jokes. But Superman stands for what is right, even in situations where everything seems to be against him. Now, I guess Batman does that too, and other heroes do that too. But in this movie, Batman is the guy that's out to murder someone, and Superman is the guy who just wants to save his mother when they get to the fight. From the beginning, Superman's musical strains are used incredibly well. I get a little bit weepy when the strains first begin to play, when Lois is being held by the "Are you a terrorist?" guy out in the desert, and Superman shows up. Question being, when he flies that guy out the wall, is there any way he could have done that without him being dead? So a lot of people who are saying, yeah, Batman kills people, and you're saying, yes, he's out of character, but it'll be explained in the future because terrible things have happened to Batman. What about Superman? He kills somebody in the very first scene we see him in. I don't think that's true. I think you have to make up your own decision. Yes, on its face, it certainly looks like when you hit somebody at that speed and put him through a brick wall, there's probably no way he could have survived. A, is it really that much of a loss? B, I don't think Superman killed the guy. I think that, we've talked about this before, Superman is so fast in that moment that he stops or slows just enough to grab the man, and his fists go through the wall behind him, and the guy is still alive. He may have a broken rib or two. It's possible. There is some anger involved, and this is one of the things that people might say, well, Superman controls his anger. If he doesn't, his powers could get out of control, and then Batman's fears could be brought to fruition. And yes, in general, he doesn't hit someone that he knows he can't hit that hard, and he didn't. Even if he bruises some ribs or even breaks some, he could have hit him so hard that he just obliterated. And since the man was still in one piece last we saw him going through the wall, I tend to decide that he has not been killed. However, I like his little smirk. I like I like to see him go, you've done something really bad here. You don't want to mess with this lady. I've also read that Superman saved anyone besides Lois. And this is just insane because he saves the entire planet, which is what, 8 billion or 7 billion or 3 billion or whatever it is. I'm just spouting from a place of passion. I'm not talking about exact numbers, but whatever it is, billions of people were saved because of Superman at the end of Man of Steel. And billions of people are hypothetically saved at the end of Dawn of Justice when Superman sacrifices his own life. People said, why didn't he grab the spear and toss it over to Wonder Woman? Why didn't he tell Wonder Woman the spear was over there and Lois was drowning, go get it? Because I can't go save her because there's a kryptonite spear and it might kill me. Does that sound like Superman? No, it doesn't. Now, if he went and saved Lois, got the spear, and somehow limped it over to Wonder Woman, perhaps he wouldn't be dead. But Superman did what needed to be done. He saw Wonder Woman was just getting thrown aside, getting back up and fighting again, but that Doomsday wasn't going anywhere. He saw that when he cut off his arm, it got stronger. He saw that he was just getting bigger and more powerful, and eventually he would overwhelm Wonder Woman, overwhelm Superman, overwhelm the world, and kill everybody. So he did what he had to do. He knew it was a good chance, just like Lois did, that the kryptonite would affect Doomsday. He got it. He killed him. Now, how come no one asked that question in the Doomsday book? How come no one said, why didn't Superman just wait for someone else to kill Doomsday? Now, in the book it was more clear, and I would have liked them to do that in this movie. This is her debut, so they're trying to show her really strong, really powerful. But in the end there, before he used the spear, she could have been seemingly losing, and it looked more like it was kind of even. And Wonder Woman was kind of having fun with it. I like how she smirked. But because Superman does what he does, Batman realizes that he was wrong all along. He kind of realized it in the fight, and that's the thing. Superman goes there. It's a little questionable the way he lands. It's a little confrontational, and Batman was definitely waiting for a confrontation, and Superman strides pretty quickly as if he's going to fight. We know that his plan is to explain to Batman that he was wrong before and that he now needs his help to find Martha. It's a little selfish because he just told him not to be Batman, but now he needs his help, so it's okay. But he doesn't want to fight him, and at no point is he using the force it would take to disintegrate a person, just like the terrorist in the desert. Yes, he tackles Batman through a building. Yes, he throws him on the ground and tells him to stay down, but he knows he's in armor. And if he wanted to, when he pushes him down, he could push him to the other side of the planet. If he wanted to, he could put his fist through his chest. But it's clear through the fight that Superman has no intention of killing Batman. Now, when he gets hit with kryptonite and when things are looking more dire and when a little bit of anger sets in, a little bit of desperation sets in, he fights back a little harder and the armor starts to break apart. But he could have disassembled the armor piece by piece the very moment he came down there, and that might have been the way to go. Take the armor apart right away, tell him, listen, you're unprotected, but I'm proving to you that I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not here to hurt anyone. I've taken your armor apart in a second, and you're still alive and everything is still fine. If I wanted you dead, you would be. And he does say that at one point, and I think Batman probably figures that out during the moment when he's, why do you say that name? Which obviously is the point where he realizes Superman is just as human as the rest of us and only cares about saving his mother, who is a human, and not about killing Batman or killing the human race or whatever it is that Bruce is so obsessed about happening. And Lex Luthor does such a good job through the movie of setting that situation up and really playing on that fear and manipulating the situation. But Superman inspires Batman to help someone that he was about to murder. And then further, when he sacrifices his life, he inspires Batman to change his ways. When he goes to see Lex Luthor in the cell, he doesn't brand him, he threatens him, but he stops. Possibly the worst person in the movie doesn't get the treatment that some of the other guys did, although they did say the one could have been a child predator. If that's the case, he probably deserved to be it. And again, as we said earlier, would it be such a loss? But Batman doesn't kill, Superman doesn't kill. In this movie, Batman has reached his wit's end. He has decided to do some of these extreme things. But Superman now, the, according to some fans, non-beacon of hope, dark symbol that's in the movie, inspires him to stop being so nasty and to try and revert his ways. Okay.